Welcome to Open Studio. This is your host, Taban Sakaichu. You are watching Cape Town TV, channel 263. Thank you so much that you could join us today. I'm so excited that you could actually tune in because today we have a special guest by the name of Heloise Engelbert, and she's a wonderful lady who's doing amazing things across our community from an outstanding NGO by the name of Yosef Dream Foundation. So she's here today to share with us exactly what the organization does, who she is, and where it all began. Welcome, Miss Heloise Engelbert. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Wonderful. I'm so glad that you could make it. It's just awesome to finally meet you. Won't you just tell me quickly about yourself? Where did this all begin, or rather, who is Eloise? Let's start there first.
All right, so I'm a mom of two amazing kids. I grew up in Elsie's River, Cape Town. About 11 years ago, I was involved in a life-altering motor vehicle accident, which left me paralyzed from the neck down. So it wasn't an easy road. It was a very difficult and long road, but it was a road where I discovered who I was. The fight that is within me. I used to be very timid, very shy, always standing back, and this propelled me into who I am today and into my purpose, I believe.
Amazing. So basically, you took that situation and now you are doing such amazing things out of that. That's a lot of strength. I
Yeah,
have to commend you on that. That's a lot of
thank you.
strength. So the passion for helping people, was it something that was always there, or was it also birthed out of your experience?
Well, when I grew up, we didn't have the perfect home set up, the white picket fence. We didn't have, much, but we had family. And I remember my grandmother played a very pivotal role in my upbringing, as well as my mom. And I remember my granny had the ability to stretch and to multiply. So we, as I grew up in Clark Estate, there used to be a lot of need. So there was always someone knocking at our door, asking if it's not bread, if it's clothing, something, and she would never turn anyone away. She had the ability to feed the household, but also give of her last. And I think that is what molded me and what stood out. And that is where I got the desire and the passion to do more and to give back.
That is so amazing. So basically, you learned from grandma setting the example and sort of like instilling that in you without even her probably
Yes,
being aware,
yes.
right? Just her being
She was
herself.
very quiet but strong,
Yes.
and she instilled a lot of that within us.
Yes, clearly. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
definitely going out there and going for whatever your heart, desires. That's really admirable. And would you say at that point it was also something that inspired you to actually start the foundation?
Yes, it was. The I always had the sense that there's more to life than a 9 to 5 job, than just living just existing. So when the accident happened, that is what propelled me, and basically forced me, because I could no longer work the normal 9 to 5 job. And that is where I received my passion and got the passion and got the ability to do and start the Yosef Dream Foundation.
Yes, I really do admire your tenacity, and I can see that you are a woman that perseveres and you're headstrong. You're just going there, for that which you want to achieve. And I'm just interested to find out, I can imagine, having gone through what you were going through at the time and coming out of the accident, the recovery process, etc. How did you then manage to get everything, get the organization on its feet, to really establish it? Because it can be easy, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. It wasn't easy. It was a dream. But, it can't stay a dream. So I had different individuals assisting me, and there was someone that helped me set up the administration because I was clueless. I didn't know where to start or what to do, but I had the dream. And then initially I used up my own funding to start the foundation. And our first program was actually in Clark Estate at Clark Primary, because even though I no longer lived in the area, I wanted to give back, and that was my first fruit type of offering.
Yes.
And we did a teacher's appreciation, because that area was riddled with gangsterism, And many times the teachers had to lie flat on the floor just to, because the bullets would fly. And so we just wanted to appreciate them. And then the other programs would be the food parcels that we gave some of the children when school closed, that in June, when school normally closes, then they have nothing to eat at home because it's normally grannies raising kids. And, so that is how we started.
Wonderful. Viewers, I hope you are truly inspired because I am. I'm just like, I'm at awe with the amazing work you've done today and the strength the formidable strength that you really, pulled from out of the situation. It's amazing. So won't you just give our viewers a backdrop of exactly what the foundation is or what do you actually do? What is it about?
All right, so we are a group of individuals that dream of a world where there's no crime, there's no hunger, there's no poverty, there's no lack, there's no abuse. That is our desire. But it can't just stay a dream. So it takes a lot of hard work. It takes tenacity. It takes perseverance. It takes skills. We are made up of 5 core members, which is our 3 directors, including myself, and then 2 associates. So we do the brainstorming, deciding which projects we want, but also assisted by volunteers. But what I need to say about my core team, I dream, but they set it in motion. And I cannot do what I'm doing without them. Sometimes it would go up until 2 o'clock in the morning where they would be busy with projects because we don't always have the assistance of volunteers. We don't have the funds to pay volunteers. So I must commend my team on that. And our motto is Dare to Dream. So it's dare to dream despite where you find yourself, despite your circumstances, despite where I found myself. We want to inspire people to dare to dream.
I am absolutely inspired, given everything. I mean, it appears as if all the odds were stacked up against you, but still nothing could stop you, right? And I love the fact that you mentioned the team. That is so important. Like the dream makes the dream work, right?
Yes.
So, so I love that because that speaks to a lot to the value or the culture of your organization, which is quite admirable. So why was it? Do you feel it is so important to have a team that is dynamic, that works well together, especially with the type of work that you do?
It's very important. It's very important for your team to see your vision, to understand the vision that you're going with. Because if you don't have the proper team, it can completely destroy, the road that you are going on. So the team is very vital. The team is extremely important. And what I call them is the dream team.
Hold on for me on that one, Miss Pauline. Sorry, Miss Louise, sorry to cut you there. We're just gonna go quickly to a break and then we're gonna come back. So guys, stay tuned. As we come back, we're gonna unpack a little bit more about the organization and its amazing work across the town of Cape Town. Yeah, thank you. Welcome back to Open Studio. You are tuned in to Cape Town TV channel 263, and this is Taban Sakaichi, your host. Before we went into a break, I was speaking to our special guest, Ms. Heloise Engelbrecht, and she was just unpacking for us what her foundation does, the great work, and she was actually sharing her personal journey, how it came about. I would really encourage you to stay tuned in, and in fact, to go back and watch the episode again, because I'm sure many of us could draw a lot of inspiration from her personal journey, which is something beautiful that she shared with us today. So, Ms. Heloise, shall we carry on? The communities, of course, you are based in the Western Cape, right? So, yeah, so which communities are you actually focused on at the moment?
All right, so currently we have 6 community kitchens. So we have 3 in Wallisdean and we have 3 in Scottsdene. But we're not limited to those areas because we have assisted individuals in Belhar, in Delft, as well as Elsies River. So it depends where the need is, and as the people contact us requesting maybe stationery for their children or school clothes. Yeah, so it depends.
It depends.
Yeah.
So, but for now, those are
But
your
for
home
now,
places.
because we are based in the Kraaifontein Brackenfell area, those are the areas that we're focusing on. but yeah, the
100%.
dream is big.
The dream is big. The
Yes.
dream, I smell the globe in there somewhere,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, we're going
global, I'm
big. I
telling
like
you.
that. I like that. So, which is your favorite part actually about the organization for you personally?
All right. So the highlight of our year is our Happy Arts event. So that is an event for children from the ages of, say, 6 to 14. It's a day we spend with them. It's normally every year, December. We believe time is also a precious commodity. So it's not just about giving, gifts. But what we do give the children on the day would be like a party pack, a gift for them, like, for the end of the year, and something to eat for the day. But the most important thing is spending time with them.
Yes.
So we play games, we have games. We show them that they are loved, they are chosen, they're not forgotten. And also to inspire them to dream, to tell them what would they want to be when they grow up. Not to look at their circumstances, the gangsterism, the fatherlessness, the lack in their lives, but to dream. Dream the impossible dream. Because if you can change one child, it will change their family situation and it can change a community.
Well said,
So yeah.
right there. If you just take care of one child, it's just
Yeah.
about that one child, and then there's gonna be a spin-off from that. I love that. That's a
Exactly.
very powerful approach to dealing with the social ills and
Yes.
challenges that we
Yes.
experience to this day. And not even talk
Exactly.
about COVID-19, right? How were you able to respond, to COVID-19 and everything having changed, and you being an NGO? What were some of the challenges you experienced, and how did you overcome them?
Well, actually, the pandemic has boosted our footprint in in our communities. Before we had projects, but actually not that busy. But as the need arose in the need for food, for clothing, people lost their jobs. There was a big disconnect between community workers and organizations. But because of the need, there was a connection. We started connecting. We started getting donations from different companies because certain companies, for instance, Hungry Lion, they couldn't open because of the pandemic, and then they would donate. Remember last year they donated a lot of food that we could give to the different communities. So it actually boosted Yosef Dream's footprint, like I said, in the communities.
Wonderful, and that goes back to again having a dynamic team that could actually
Yes.
work together
Yes.
still, regardless of what you were faced with.
Yeah.
And why would you say your work is so important? I know for myself, but for anybody that's listening out there, if I'm inspired and I'm like, oh great, I'm actually wanting to hear more, how would you then motivate our viewers to say, hey, jump on board, this is something that's worth
Yeah.
embarking on?
All right. Why I would say our work is important. So we believe in restoring hope. It says hope deferred makes the heart sick, but desire fulfilled is a tree of life. So we don't just focus on feeding the body, clothing the body, but we take a holistic view, healing the soul, where a lot of times when there's hopelessness and when there's disappointment, people give up on their dreams, give up on their futures. We want to help people to have hope again, to change the negative narrative, to with the communities, with this hopelessness, we want to change it to beacons of light. So it's more than just giving clothes, giving food. It's the whole approach, the wholeness of the individual.
I love that. So you are actually touching on the human being,
The
as
human
holistic,
being,
yeah,
yes.
from a psychological, social, physical,
Yes.
Mentally, especially, the mental. Ooh, gosh,
Exactly.
with everything that's been happening, I love that because it's a complete
Com-
job.
yes,
You're actually
exactly.
doing at this point. That's amazing. And 5 years from now, where do you actually see the foundation? What are your goals? Because I know that you look like you have
Wow.
quite a few.
Okay.
So.
So we see ourselves in our own building. I just see this huge building with a safe environment for people to come, individuals to come, for skills training. All right, we see an arts program, a music academy. We would like a sustainable garden. We're starting that actually now, looking at different areas to start it, as well as, to keep the children busy, keep them off the street. but also giving them the skills that they need in that. We would like a reward system for our volunteers to, because as they volunteer, to get them to work independently and to grow from what we're just giving them. So the dream is big, but they say that if the dream doesn't scare you, it's not big enough.
Absolutely. There we go.
So
The
yeah.
dream is not doesn't scare you, is not big enough.
Yes.
I love that. And I love the fact that you are now like on a pathway to restoration.
Yes.
But you're saying you need to start on the inside first, and your approach is just so comprehensive.
Yeah.
It speaks to so many, attributes that would contribute towards that dream being realized. I love that. So how would you say the Yusuf Dream Foundation has grown, since it started? And by the way, the name itself, could you just share the meaning behind it for
All
us?
right, well, so we've actually grown with regards to our projects. We have many more projects. We have things lined up, like for instance, Chosen is the one project for goals. When there's lack, this hopelessness, people, we want to show them that there's a purpose for their lives, that they are chosen. And that's for preteens to teens. Then we also have the Boys to Men program for the young men, there's fatherlessness. So that is one of the programs that we want to start. So we are quite busy with the programs that we're initiating as well this year. And then with the name Yosef actually is the Hebrew name for Joseph.
Hold that thought for me, please.
All right.
Eloise, I'll come back straight to it. Viewers, please stay tuned on our last part where we're going to be unpacking a little bit more again about where to from here with the organization. Stay tuned and we'll be right back. This is Open Studio, Cape Town TV channel 263. You're with Taban Sakaicho. Welcome back. This is Open Studio, Cape Town TV, channel 263. You're with your host, Taban Sakaicho, and I'm speaking to Mrs. Heloise Engelbrecht from the Yosef Dream Foundation. And she's been sharing with us her journey, her personal journey, how the organization was birthed and what it's been doing and what it's going to be doing. So just before we went on to a break, I was just asking you to just share with our viewers what the meaning of the organization is and how has it actually grown since inception.
All right, like I said, it has grown exponentially since the pandemic, especially, and with the programs. You asked about the name, why the name? So Yosef is the Hebrew name for Joseph. So why Joseph? Joseph had a dream, all right? He's one of the, he's in the Bible. So Joseph had a dream, but he was young when he had this dream. But then what happened? Life happened. So he was thrown into the pit. Then he was sold into slavery. Then, as he thought he was moving up, he was thrown back into jail, but he didn't give up. And eventually he ended up second in charge in Egypt. And he was able to save Egypt, but also surrounding areas. And it spoke to me because I had a dream and then the accident happened, and I just decided I'm not going to give up. I'm going to hold on. I need to teach my kids not to give up, to show them, to give them a role model. And hence the reason also to show the communities that we're going in that don't give up on your dream. Hold on, persevere, because if you don't give up, nothing is impossible.
Absolutely, nothing is impossible. I love that. So I feel like you are raising or grooming even,
yes,
the
exactly.
Yosefs of tomorrow. Yes. That is just so phenomenal, really inspiring. So how can us, Normal Tabang, everybody, the public in general, how can we support your cause? How can we get involved?
All right, so how people can help and be involved, skills is very important. So for instance, retired teachers, if they can help with numeracy and literacy, nurses that can help with health education, as well as maybe with marketing. We we are learning as we're moving ahead. We registered the organization in 2017, so there's a lot we're still learning, and we are open to learn even more. But most importantly, it's finances. We don't get major funding. So if anybody wants to donate into our bank account, we've got a Backer Buddy. The link is in our description, or they can find it on Google. They can donate to our community kitchens, whether it's non-perishable or vegetables, clothing, school clothes, stationery for us as well. So yes, in any which way.
In any which way.
Yeah.
So do you have a website, social media linkages that people can visit where they can get a hold?
We do. We've got a Facebook account, which is Yosef Dream Foundation. Our website, we do have a website. It's also called Yosef Dream Foundation, but it's still under construction. There's a lot that we still need to do with that. And then we've got Instagram as well.
Yeah. Okay. So viewers at home, you've heard for yourself how you can get a hold of Yosef Dream Foundation and how you can get involved. And yes, finances, especially at this given time, have always, been a challenge for NGOs. So your support would really, really go a long way. Eloise, you said something about time that is so profound. And that's what, I think a lot of it has been lacking of late, because now with COVID in the mix, everything is just haywire. And how would you, encourage somebody out there to say, don't just allow for the situation at hand, like you're saying, circumstances, right, to derail you or to pretty much get you off track? How would you inspire someone to say that I actually want to get involved, but I don't think I have enough time? What would you say to them?
I would say in this time, COVID has taught us that time is precious. You don't know when is your last moment. So I believe that take the chance. Don't give up. Take the chance. Make that effort now, because we don't know when our end will come. And especially with Yosef Dream, we thought that we would not be getting finances, but actually in COVID, we grew. So I think it's just a pivotal time for us. It's a pivotal time to try the new thing, to not give up on your dream.
To not give up on your dream. So you consistently have to keep your head above the water.
Yes.
Do not give up. Keep going.
Yes.
Right. And how has the community, for you with the experience with NGO, how have they responded to you just taking part and helping? Has it been positive, negative, or lukewarm?
It's actually been very positive. Why it's been positive? It's the way you do things. We have a level of excellence that we believe and a standard that we maintain. And it's about restoring dignity. And when people see that you're not just throwing stuff at them, but it's the compassion and the love and the dignity. For instance, when we give clothing, we package it. We have a team that they wash the clothing, they stitch the clothing because it's secondhand, but we make sure that it's not filthy things we give them.
Like you're throwing something.
Yes, so it's about restoring dignity. That is very important to us. And what is nice is our community ladies. A lot of them had the passion, had the desire, had the gift to because look at your gift. What is your gift? A lot of them loved cooking, loved hospitality. They didn't know where to start. They approached us, and it's like they found their purpose. Now, as they're cooking, they found joy. So it's actually been very positive.
Cooking with a purpose. I love
that. Yes, cooking with a purpose.
I love that. Yes, because you couldn't have, said it better to say that, you still go out there, give of your time, give of your skills. It doesn't necessarily have to be monetary. Right?
Yes.
It can be something, that you already have within just
what is in your hand.
What is in your hand. I love that. Just allocated and what would you say to somebody that's watching currently and they're finding themselves in a place of despair and they're about to give up, they don't see any way out, in whichever way or form? What would you say to encourage them?
Well, I can't say that I've been there. I've been in the deepest, darkest despair and of depression. And you need to find people that surround you, that protect you. I had family. I had people checking up on me. I had people that I could trust. You need to find people to surround you that you can trust. But also, I'm a Christian, so my go-to always was God, and what I can say is within us, there is strength. You know, find your purpose, find your passion. They say passion precedes purpose. So if you find that, it will lead you into a road to almost to get out of that sense of depression that you are in, and it will guide you to where you need to go.
100%. I love that. Find your purpose, find your passion, and you will know which steps to take from there. So thank you so much, Louise, for joining us today. As we sign out, I hope that you will join us again, same time, same place, on Open Studio, channel 263 by Cape Town TV.